Electricity exists in static form or in dynamic form, and the particle that participates in such a phenomena is a charged particle. For a charged particle to move from its existing position to new position in space coordinates, the particle must be free to move. Such a movement of charged particles occurs generally in some materials that are formed using atoms and of same types. The free charged particles that are required for electricity flow depends upon type of material used for flow of charged particles. If outermost electron is free to move within crystal structure of selected material, then that material is known as good conductor of electricity. When such a free electrons are present in crystal structure of good conducting materials, these electrons are thermally activated charged particles. Such a thermally activated electrons move in random directions, and so net current flow within conductor is zero. For example, if current is in positive x direction is 100 milliamperes and current in negative x direction is also 100 milliamperes, then net current flow through conductor is zero. Such a thermally activated current is not a useful current because this current do not contributes to energy transfer. Copper, aluminum, bronze and silver are good conductors of electricity since they have large amount of free charged particles, that is electrons. Energy required by one electron to move from its parent nucleus is very low at 0 kelvins in conducting materials. Further, at ambient temperature, energy required for electrons to move is still less, since internal energy acquired by conducting materials contributes to detaching of electrons from their parent nucleus. We may consider movement of such a free charged electrons in conducting materials as thermally activated random movement of electron gas within crystal structure. We may create a force field inside the conducting material so that every free charged particles or free electron is dragged inside the conducting material. Such a unidirectional movement of electrons inside the conducting material is known as electric current. Basically, electron has got some electrical charge on it, and when such a numerous particles move in one direction, we may count total number of charged particles crossing in unit time. Such a quantity of charge per unit time is defined as a current. The force field that is responsible for electric current to pass is measured in terms of electric field intensity and is a ratio of potential difference and distance between those 2 points. Electric current flow is a statistical phenomena since velocity acquired by all electrons might be such that it will make 1 coulomb of charge to flow in 1 second across some cross section. When 1 coulomb of charge flows, we call it as a 1 ampere of current. If current increases, either velocity may increase or number of charges crossing the conductor cross section may increase, or both may increase. Although we are considering unidirectional current, in actual conductor, direction of electron makes some small angle with direction of electric field. This tilt in direction of velocity is due to force field created by ionic cores of conducting material. When electron is detached from atom, remaining atom is called as ion or positively charged ion. The projection of this tilted velocity vector along the direction of electric field contributes to overall current inside the conductor. The schematic diagram of electric circuit shown on slide is a representation of such a electric current flow. Normally this phenomena is described using the relation between voltage and current, whose mathematical equation is Ohm's law, shown below the circuit. In this equation, voltage is the cause and current is the effect. The parameter connecting these two parameters is resistance of conductor. Resistance is a property of conducting material, so depending upon chosen conducting material, specific resistance gets fixed. Geometrical parameters like length and cross-sectional area of conductor also decide the value of resistance of conducting wire. Mathematical equation for resistance using conductor dimensions is shown on slide below the Ohm's law. Further, if we substitute this expression of resistance in Ohm's law, then we get different equation which may be used to arrange the equation for electric field intensity and current density. Current density is a ratio of rate of flow of charged particles to conductor cross section. Expression of current density is shown in different form in next step. This expression is a product of charge per unit volume and velocity. If we substitute this value of current density in above equation, then we get expression that connects electric field intensity and velocity of electrons. As it was pointed out that flow of electron is associated with power and energy. Energy is supplied by source and is consumed by load. In present case, energy is dissipated in the form of heat that results in rise in temperature of conductor. If we take the product of voltage and current, we get expression for power. This is shown in last column of slide. For the resistive element, this power is known as copper losses, since it is not useful power but wasted as heat in conductor. Further, if we multiply this power by time, then we get energy consumed by resistor in that period of time.